Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Oh my gosh. Hi. Sorry about this lighting. I actually spent some of this week, last week, sleeping in here just to get some sleep. These energies are off the chain. I'm actually going to take this off and open the blinds so we don't have this like halo light from above, like I'm getting what's that word? Tractor beamed into a spaceship or something. I'll be right back. So let me get this down here. All right, that'll help. Hopefully that's better. I mean, why? I think there's like a temperature, like it changes the temperature. Let's see. That's actually more true to life, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we will just leave it as it is for now. Move it down a bit. I don't know. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I turn it off, if that improves. Wrigley moved my salt lamp that I had here that actually was kind of giving vibes, but we'll see. Yeah, it's not great, but I don't know. Column of light. As you can tell, my voice is a little weird. Starting last Saturday, Wrigley was not feeling well, so he actually had a birthday party that he had to miss that night because he wasn't feeling well, and then he finally went back to school yesterday. So he missed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I do have a ring light out there, and it is USB. I could check that out. Let me give my quick update, and then I'll go see if I can root around and find it in one of the boxes out there. Again, my office is still packed up from like July when we moved out of this room, but I'm still in this room, if that makes sense. Anywho, yeah, he was sick, and he had like this horrendous cough. His legs hurt so bad he couldn't barely walk. And then Boston got sick. He didn't go to school Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday either, but his was like puking out of both ends, if you get what I'm saying, for a couple days and just not feeling well. But Wrigley also had a fever with his. And then my husband got some combination of both of what each of the boys had, and I got none of it except a sore throat, which no one had a sore throat except me. And just reading on it, I got a download about how it's mostly so these atmospheric rivers that they're not natural. They may be a natural phenomenon, but the ones that came in that flooded my hometown, that flooded a whole lot of Washington, where my friend Jessa is at. Thankfully, she's up on a hill like I am, so we're on higher ground. Other states are dealing with flooding as well, but the sickness is all over the place. Like it's like all sorts of people I know personally and online are getting inundated with just the most random of things. And much like my family, where no one had when you get the flu, everyone has the flu. When you get an upper respiratory thing, everybody has the upper respiratory thing. But yeah, it's like everyone in my household got completely different things. I think they're just doing this spray and pray approach, no pun intended, as far as spraying and praying upon us. Just to drop every last, using this technology that they do to manipulate the weather to come in and just inundate us with anything that'll stick, like throwing spaghetti at the wall, and maybe your immune system would have dodged that upper respiratory thing, but maybe it's going to give you some sort of stomach bug or something. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And we had and I think we're still getting these atmospheric rivers, which in my life, and again, I'm not like right on the Pacific Northwest, maybe Jessa can correct me if I'm wrong, I've never heard that term until like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. Not once in my life have I heard atmospheric river ever. Oh, 1551. Versha, this is funny that you mentioned that because I was actually listening to that exact frequency to get rid of this craziness. Let me show you. I'll show you. I'll prove it right now. If I can find it, my to watch list is so long, I have to scroll all the way down. Oh, where is it? These are like 1551, 1550. Some hurts, like almost what you said. Let's see. Okay, here, I found it. It's 1550, so one number off of what you're talking about. So I was listening to that yesterday. I do feel a lot of head pressure. It almost feels like a headache, but not quite. But I'm still able to like cognitively think my way through things, so it's not a big deal. But I figured we're due for a donationally live stream, even though I've been live here, there, and everywhere. But I did want to give you guys a quick update before we just dive into the donations, which we do have a few. I will donate that list. I will update that donation list here shortly. Let's see. Let's catch up on some of your comments, and then I will go check for that ring light just to shed some light on the situation in here. Yeah, ring light. Yeah, everyone else is feeling better except I've got, this weird head pressure, especially through here and to the back all the way through the middle, which that's not quite normal for me. Normally mine will start back here and then wrap their way around and shoot through the middle from the back to the front. This is very much right here, kind of pointing, shooting back. I don't know. It's like my head's caught in a vice almost. More uncomfortable than painful, but still it's a thing. And my throat doesn't, again, it's uncomfortable. It doesn't quite hurt, but it's very scratchy, raspy. I don't have a cough or anything. I might cough here or there, but it's not like a consistent cough. So, again, it feels very targeted. I've been targeted massively lately since probably 3 weeks now. It's just been hit after hit after hit with frequency blasts, psychic warfare, spiritual warfare, all these crazy things. And they usually come on the heels of a huge epiphany for myself, especially in the healing, peeling, getting caught up in these like healing traps where I got to heal everything. I got to do this, got to do that. And then I just came to this realization that like, no, I'm just going to let it all go and just like live my life, live my best life. And if I do notice a pattern come up from childhood or from programming, from whatever, I can be very, I guess, observant or aware. Okay, this is a pattern that's coming up, and then choose something different. That's something I've been doing a lot lately, just in my personal communication with, my kids and stuff, especially with everybody not feeling their best. Everybody's on edge. People are getting snippy, and kids are like, I know, like, and I'm, instead of me being like, hey, you don't talk to me like that, I take a moment, and then I'm like, hey, I understand you're frustrated, but it's not gonna behoove you in life to be talking to anyone like that. Not yourself, not others. If someone's mugging you or you're under attack, of course, use some force. But I am only trying to get you the lunch that you wanted in a timely manner, and you don't need to be talking to me like that. So instead of just reacting like you don't talk to me like that, like maybe I would have in the past, we know better, we do better, we observe, we have crazy hair. Yes. Yeah, he is feeling a lot better, but yeah, the sickness is crazy. It's feeling crazy. Um, let's see. Flooded here. Yeah, that's where Jess is at. All different degrees of sickness here at home as well. I think I always get the most sick, and that's normally me. Normally, I take care of everyone, nurse mom, whatever. And then by the time everybody's kind of on the mend, I'm like out, and I usually take twice as long to recover than everybody else for God knows whatever reason. But this time, at least so far, I mean, my kids have been out of the woods on all this stuff since about Wednesday evening. And I would think if I was going to get anything that they had, viruses, bacterial, whatever the case may be, if virology is even real, I don't know. But I didn't get any of it. So I did get this, but then when I tuned in, it was something that was put into the atmosphere during these big weather events that, again, were orchestrated. This is not normal weather for Mother Nature to just come up with this time of year. This is not normal. Yeah. But tuning in, it's interesting because I can see kind of two sides of a coin. I can see how Mother Nature herself is utilizing this weather that's manipulated to reclaim what was once hers. So there is, I would say, some benefit to it, but for the most part, this was orchestrated to unground and decenter a lot of people, especially this time of year. It's a very ritualistic type of year, time of year, I should say. Some of the most ritualistic times of year are between Samhain and Christmas, and again around the Easter sacrifice time. Yeah, it's every year by design. These big sweeping events happen, and you can go back every year and just see all the craziness that happens this time of year. Yeah, it's crazy. Yes, we learned from Anakin. Get to high ground. There you go. Love it. All right, man. Yeah. Heard it in January for the first time, then Northeast was impacted by it. Oh, wow. Yeah, hello and welcome. Yes, welcome everybody. Same here as my dad, bitching friends, and then events at K's school. Yeah, and if they can't get you with illness, or they may still also get you with illness or some sort of, health impact, they will use the population around you to get to you. I mean, this is a thing that so many people are dealing with. If you're not dealing with it, you are very lucky. Yeah, it's just crazy. Just crazy. There's this one particular lady who, without fail, she has these 3 Scotty dogs that she walks up and down my path twice a day. Without fail, she stops in front of my house going up and then back down. It doesn't matter what her dogs are doing, sniffing around, or if they're just trucking along, she will stop because it drives my dogs wild. And again, tuning in, normally you'd think, oh, that's crazy, that's weird. What a coincidence. But if you tune in energetically underneath, you can see how chaos is created. Even something simple as getting dogs wound up for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Sometimes she stands there as long as 3 to 5 minutes. And let's be clear. When you're out in my driveway or just beyond my driveway near this path, you can very clearly hear the dogs barking in the house. And, not to say that, it's my responsibility as a homeowner to get my dogs under control. Sure. But if I were a pedestrian walking my dogs and I knew there was a certain point where these dogs are just going crazy, I would maybe stop a block up or a block down from this location, maybe just as a common courtesy, if it were me. Because when I used to take Walter and Judy on walks all the time, there was this one stretch where these dogs would flip their lid every time we walked by. So we picked up the pace every time we walked past there. It wasn't us lingering and just stopping. And it's the lady's not even like looking around or, getting her poop bags ready, nothing. She's just standing there, just like zoned out. I may film it if I can catch it. I usually catch it at least 3, 4, 5 times a week, but every time my dogs are flipping out, I know it's her because she walks her dogs up, and then about an hour, half hour, 45 minutes, depends on the day. Later, she's back down. So, and it's every day, even on Christmas, or even not, I don't know about specifically Christmas, but even on Thanksgiving, because we came home midday Thanksgiving to let our dogs out, and there she was. Yeah, crazy. It's crazy. All right. So anyway, yeah, my question is all about it. Oh, there we go. Let's tune in. Yep. Interesting. Monitoring vessel much. Yeah, it feels very monitoring, very, let's just create some chaos. Even if it's mild chaos of dogs just kind of flipping their lid for a minute. Like, I feel there are more empty vessels and there, yes, and it's weird because even going to like the kids' Christmas programs and stuff, I mean, if it's not the people I know, so many people just, I'm like, is there any life here? Like, knock, knock, knock. Is anyone home? Like, what? And I used to feel that from time to time, but now it's more prevalent than ever. I mean, if there is a spirit in there, it's very buried, and I just feel so bad. Like, can't we all just wake up and not live in this death cult system anymore? Yeah, AI, absolutely. or they'll, you know, if there are these handful of people, they always have the same conversation with me. And it's not even weather chats. It's just, you know, asking the same questions about my kids, or, you know, oh, it's that time of year again. Like, you know, whatever. It's just very surface level, but very almost scripted. Like AI wrote them a script to have a conversation with me. And I've even tested that. And this is something you guys can do as well. Just try to go off the surface level script and get a little deeper with something. These people almost just glitch. They can't fathom a deeper conversation, or all of a sudden they have to go when they were just literally sitting there wasting your time for 15 minutes. Like all of a sudden you dig a little bit deeper and they got to go out. They're out. They're out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I mean, I feel bad, you know, almost feeling like we're living in this segregated society where there's the true spirits and then the AI or NPC. But like, just look around. Just look around and actually look people in the eye. And a lot of these people can't look you in the eye. And I know, you know, autism and ADHD and things happen to where it's hard for people to make eye contact. But a lot of people with autism, ADHD, like I can sense their spirit, like they wear it on their sleeve, like they can't even hide their true spirit, and you can just feel their love and their just humanity and spirit coming from a mile away. But a lot of these other people are just so, I don't even know, like the lights are on but no one's home, and in some people specifically the lights aren't even on anymore. So it's Westworld, it's Uncanny Valley, it's pretty crazy out there. Yeah. Remind me of the lady I meet every day on the bus stop, and somehow I feel my neighbors are the same. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, it's interesting, that's for sure. Well, we might as well go check out and see if I can find that ring light. If not, I can make this work. It's not a big deal, but let me just check that out real quick, you guys. I didn't find that, but I did find our old trusty level up sign. So we'll just see if I thought there was USB. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Getting all up in your grill for a second. Put that in the right way. Okay. So, I mean, at least we have a little, that's better, right? I mean, the glasses glares a little magenta, but I think we can maybe deal with that, hopefully. All right. Yeah, that would be a good topic for the question sometime later. Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, we should put that in the cosmic corner bag. Yes, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to update our list. Katie, I don't know if she's here or not. I haven't seen her comment anything yet. So if she's not, I will timestamp and push hers later. Marlene for a 1 card, Versha for a full read, plus maybe two questions. It's enough to cover 2. And then Jessa for full read as well. Okay. Okay, so let me update this list. So Marlene, we're going to start with you. So go ahead and post your question if you haven't already, but we're going to do, let me go back to my, move that out of my way. Okay. Oops, I copied the wrong thing. I don't need the pinned comment thing that I have up there. Pricing and what have you. I need the donation list. Okay, so Marlene with a 1 card, which I won't add you because you're going to put it in. We'll just roll from there. Then we have, ooh, itchy nose. Here it goes again. Here it goes again. Then we have Versha with her questions, and then Jessa. I'll just write 2 cues. We will break it down from there. And then siren. Okay, and Katie. Okay, so that is my current lineup. Marlene, aka Hey. We're gonna get into it right now for you. Let's see. Oh, the light is giving you hearts on your glasses, at least for me. Oh, kind of. Yes. Right there. That looks like a heart. That reminds me of that reminds me of Rainbow Bright. She had like I think a heart on her cheek, and then Baby Bright. Remember the pink-haired? I just moved it out to my garage. My kids had it in their room for some reason, but I got it at a yard sale. I had one growing up, but then of course my house burned, so I lost it. But I found it at a yard sale at a church like years ago. And Wrigley, when he was little, he carried around this Fisher-Price doll that he called Tiny Nose, and then he found that doll and he started carrying that one around, and then he kind of just gave up on all of it, but it just kept hanging around uh, the house. So let's see. Baby. This doll right here. I think she's got a heart on her cheek. I could be wrong. No, I think she does. I don't know why this one is so shiny. It's a star. You can barely see it. It's right there. This doll's very shiny. He should have called this one Tiny Nose. Look how tiny the nose is. $25 on Etsy if anyone's interested. That's funny. Okay, so let's get into this for Marlene. Of course, I'm gonna try to stick to my my timer today just because my throat is feeling a little awkward. I probably should have made some hot tea before we started, but we are where we are, so let's just roll. All right. Just a general message from now until the end of December. All right. So like less than 2 weeks. I mean, we're less than 2 weeks from the new year already. But let's start with some tarot. We'll just see what Marlene needs to know between now and the end of the year, end of December 2025. Anything Marlene needs to know. This one really wants to come out. Okay, so you're definitely leaving some stress, some overwhelm, some anxiety in the past. And just I'm seeing like specifically thought forms or ways that you maybe talk yourself out of doing exciting things, or you self-sabotage yourself through the thought process. And again, it's not really even you self-sabotaging yourself. It's again the entities getting in on that collective consciousness stream that starts to talk you out of, you know, feeling motivated or excited about something, or it's like the quote unquote voice of reason that's like trying to tell you, oh no, I could never, or you know, people are already doing that thing, so we don't need me to do it. Let's see. Slippery energy here. This one going, okay. Yeah, so specifically around your ideas, specifically on income streams, or they could potentially be income streams in the future that at times you talk yourself out of because of that thought process is like self-sabotage. Again, it's not your actual self. But I do see a good idea coming to you by the end of the year that, you know, you may think at first, oh, yeah, that would be too hard to do, whatever. But no, the gift is you being aware of potentially these sabotaging tendencies that are hooking into your thought process, Marlene, that are going to help save you from just discarding this really great idea or opportunity. And it may not even be an idea. It could be an opportunity brought to you by somebody. This somebody could be around your age or younger. It doesn't feel like, you know, some big company or something, but it really does feel like someone who's your peer, maybe younger, that says something. And it may not even be that they're trying to bring an opportunity to you. It could just be that they say something, you know, just as a joke or just in conversation, and you're like, that's actually a really good idea. That's spirit talking directly to you. And I do see, you know, things being pretty chill, pretty happy, pretty high vibe, especially with the holidays. And I'm going to assume your kids are going to be home after today, or maybe they already started their holiday vacation. But I anticipate things going pretty well. Again, the overwhelm may creep in these last 2 weeks or so, but there is this almost hard cutoff kind of energy with everything closing out with this year 9 and then going into 2026 with this year one energy. And then, of course, Marlene, whatever personal year you're stepping into next year, you're already probably feeling the effects of that. And everybody who I'm going from a personal year 5, which is all about adventure and excitement and trying new things. And now going into a year 6 of, more rest, more, it's very Virgo energy, interestingly. I always get a Virgo vibe from the year 6. Nurturing, temperance as well. Nurturing, lots of self-care, taking care of your home, taking care of your kids, taking care of others, yes, but also not forgetting to take care of yourself, for me personally. But if you just add up, for you, Versha, it'd be 5 plus 27. So 5 plus 2 plus 7 plus the number 1, because 2026 is going to be a year number 1. Or you can go to personal year calculator 2026 and easily find it that way as well. All right, for Marlene, any closing statements? Michelle De Leon is here. Hello, my dear. Timer went off, but I want to be able to give you a little closing statement here. Anything else you need to know for the last part of the year here? Whoa, we have one flipping. And it landed, weirdly enough, into Wrigley's little garbage sack that he's throwing away all his little garbage from his birthday party. Give more. You're throwing that into the trash where you're over giving. If you are giving from your overflow or from the kindness of your heart without really expecting anything in return, then go give by all means. But if you're giving to people waiting for them to then reciprocate, that's kind of the energy you're leaving in 2025, Marlene, where you're only, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. It's kind of the energy. And then we have give it to God here. It's almost reminding me of Up. It's like bloom where you're planted, but if things, kind of hit the fan, energetically speaking, it's like you're moving to a higher timeline. You don't have to carry all of this heaviness anymore. You're going up into the clouds kind of in that way, and just, having a lot of really good experiences, at least going toward 2026, closing those cycles out, getting ready, preparing, gearing up for 2026. So I did see on the back of the deck the 6 of Swords as well. So there might be some communication with those near and dear to you, maybe some close travel, to friends or family over these next few weeks, or just good internet communication with people at a distance as well. And some healing. There's also healing in that card, for sure. Okay, so hope that resonated for you, Marlene. Looks pretty good, though. Being able to leave some just old patterns in the past is like everything. Like, that is so needed and necessary from time to time to be able to do that. Okay, so 6 for me. Not sure what that will mean. Bring it on, whatever it is. Oh, you're on a 6 as well. Oh, that's right. I want to say... Yeah, I want to say my sister. Well, we have the same life path number, but if you change the year, we have different personal years, I guess. And same with my husband Ryan. He's a life path 7 as well, but he's in a different personal year. And my mom is also a life path 7, but she's also, I want to say, in a different personal year this year. Well, she's 11/22, so that's 6 plus 1, 7. So she'll be in a 7 year this year. She was already in a 6, 2025. 2026, she'll be in a 7. I'll be going into a 6. I think my husband's going into a year 9. I don't know what my sister's going into, but you're going to be a 6 as well. That's so cool. Yeah, it's a lot of just tending and nurturing. Very 7 of Pentacles energy as well, now that I think of it. Yeah. It's Virgo energy, bit of Hermit thrown in there. I know Hermit's more 7 energy, but whatever. You're so welcome anytime. That's my energy lately. I feel almost like retreating into my own world, almost feels like therapeutic. Oh, I love that. Well, you're already catching up on something that's coming in from next year's kind of numerology. You're already feeling the effects of it and wanting to leave some of these old patterns behind, which a lot of us are with that universal year 9. A lot of us are leaving something in the past. And again, there's no hard stop, but for you specifically, Marlene, it's almost going to feel like a hard stop from 2025 into 2026, but in a good way. In a good way. You're not dragging out these endings and whatever into 2026, like maybe the collective kind of does. These energies overlap a bit. But anyway, let's get into the next next donator, which would be Versha, and I think you had mentioned something about that being in text, so we'll go over and see what we're working with for questions. All right. Oh, and timestamp. Yes, I can do that. We will do that right now. So we're at 29:55. And that'll act kind of as timestamp for both. You can just roll one question into the other. So let's go up. I feel completely depressed, ready to cry or run away all the time. I'm doing my best to connect with my breath and my heartbeat, but it makes me cry at random times. Ooh, I'm hearing purge, purge, purge. There's a lot purging out that maybe you're not even trying to catalyze yourself. It's just being catalyzed or initiated because of all of this energy coming in to just purge a lot of just density, toxicity that so many of us are feeling this right now. You're not alone. You're not alone. So if you can hold on to any one bit of hope, is you're not the only one having to deal with this, even though we wouldn't wish this feeling on people, right? But you're not the only one that has to feel this. So maybe take just a bit of comfort in that, but it doesn't negate the fact that you're going through and it feels really difficult. Yeah, there's nothing left around me that doesn't feel in alignment with me anymore. Rather, it is everything I do not wish to have in my life. I am saying, how good can this get? Yet people like S, my dad, and others keep showing their lowest level yet. All the BS said to me for 3 hours, not sure what that was, frankly. The end friend pointed out to me in the group that my message about Earth doing recompense in Montana as the kids are there was creating a panic to that the A lady who has landed in Hawaii to help R said, highlighting my message, don't make it more difficult for R as she is going through a lot. Only love and support messages, please. I was like, what the F, right? These two are openly challenging my intentions in the group. First, I apologize if my message sounded panicky, then I mentioned my intentions have always been of love and support, but it is making me question myself, and I hope I am carrying. I don't feel like I'm connecting with anything. It's, yeah, that sometimes when you're about to have another level, level up, when you're about to have another one of these, you just feel very disoriented, almost like nothing resonates anymore. Everyone's taking me like not the way I intended. They're twisting my words, they're twisting my intentions instead of taking them the way I intended. It just lets you know you're just not in alignment with these things anymore, but that doesn't mean you're going to stay there forever. And in fact, it means you're jumping up. It's very difficult feeling to go through this, though. I've been there. Yeah, I hope. I hope I am carrying. I don't feel like connecting with anything. It's like I am forcing myself to even get out of bed. I am on the edge of snap at K. It irritates me to even look at S. I feel the beautiful more than 99% of my multidimensional around me, and rushing into me at times may be light body activation is happening along with merging with I am presence. Yet this is like complete depression and isolation. Am I doing something wrong? My ego is whispering that you have got it all wrong. You are doing it all wrong. Please, some light on what's happening. Okay, so we basically have enough for like a full read and then a one card pull. So I'll set the timer accordingly just so we have this. But let's just see. All that being said, what you're not doing anything wrong. I'm already getting the fact that you just being aware that that doesn't feel good. That does feel good, which not a lot does right now. But these things don't feel good. These relationships don't feel good. This doesn't feel good. That is absolute awareness. And yeah, we can judge it positive or negative, but just you being aware of the fact that this doesn't feel good anymore, that is half the battle. And as far as advice, wisdom, guidance to move forward with all of this, okay, a lot of karma is clearing. And I'm not even seeing this, Versha, as karma that you created, but a lot of these, for lack of a better word, principalities, controllers, whatever we want to call them, they will get away with all sorts of things and pass not their wealth and fortune on to the collective, but they will pass their karma onto the collective or onto certain places on the earth, certain ley lines, certain activation points is what I'm hearing. I did not know that. That's why I love you guys when you guys ask questions. I uncover mysteries of the universe just in your questions. So I guess I didn't know that these powers that were, as I like to call them, because they know the writings on the wall. They know their time's over, and that's why things are looking so chaotic in the greater of humanity right now, in certain areas, in certain people's lives, you specifically, for everything that feels like it's up in the air, everything you don't want, because it's got to collapse. But these controllers, for lack of a better word, have projected a lot of their karma for a long time, lifetime after lifetime, onto so many different people that this karma is being shed from you. And any quote unquote karma, again, karma is a matrix construct. Any karma that was put on you that's either yours or not yours is being shed right now. We did have one fall, and it did fall out in reverse. So it's going to feel like almost everything has ground to a halt, ground to a stop. And what I'm seeing is, in my mind's eye, is when on the Titanic movie, because I'm hearing this is actually not how it went down in real life with the Titanic, but in the movie, they depict how all hands on deck, everybody's going to, start to reverse the engines. And before, it's much like a retrograde planet, but except planets don't actually technically move in reverse. But I'm seeing all the turbines, I don't know what they're called, the things that spin, they were going forward, propelling everything forward, and then to reverse it, it has to start slowing down first and then ground to a complete stop, and then after that it can start moving backward. And that's kind of energetically where you're at. It doesn't mean you're moving backward to shittier times, so to speak, but backward to what was the original blueprint, reversing the matrix and all the programming. So I'm hearing you're right on time. There's something that was put in your DNA or in your codes that you specifically put in there, and itchy nose means good luck. That is making everything fall apart for you right now, because it's I just heard sink or swim, but you're definitely not going to sink. It's forcing you on a human level to face quote unquote reality, because what is reality anyway? To face reality of, okay, this is the quote unquote reality I'm living in, and I hate every second of it. So something's got to give. So what is it that's giving? What is it that's either coming forward or giving because of all this energy? It's your will to keep going, keep trying. And we have the number 4 there, with stability. Even though things feel very unstable, as long as even if it's just you showing up, doing the bare minimum, and that is the best, again, 4 agreements, always do your best. Well, your best when you're feeling on top of the world is going to be vastly different from your best when you feel like everything is falling apart and your life is so far out of alignment that you couldn't make it any worse. Your best is going to be different in each of those moments. So just continuing to do your best. If you do have access to the book, The 4 Agreements, that can absolutely help you, especially people who are going through a really difficult time in their personal lives or financial lives, just any area of life you're having difficulties. Reading The 4 Agreements, or I think it's still, well, last I looked, it was available as like an audiobook on YouTube. You could just listen to it right on YouTube. Because that can really help you detach from needing specific outcomes. And as strange as that sounds, it's like, well, then I'm just going to be stuck in these horrible timelines forever. Actually, no, because the more we desire, again, there's nothing wrong with desire, but a lot of times from the ego mind, oh, I just saw an orb. Us from the ego mind we will take desire as something out there that's we're not to yet. So it's almost like projecting it into the future, this thing that we want, because we don't have it. And it's like 2 magnets chasing each other, just repelling each other. That thing you really desire, we almost push it away until we can detach from the desire is implanted in your heart absolutely as kind of a, like, this is the direction we want to go, kind of as like a GPS system. But a lot of times we as humans will want something so bad or desire something so bad that we literally repel it from our timeline. And that's kind of what I'm seeing energetically speaking going on here. So it's almost that surrender. Again, not a fatalistic kind of surrender, but a surrender. And I'm looking here at all of these lines. I'm really reading this as like waves of the ocean. And then we have the sea star or the starfish. We have 4 starfish here. So looking up, I mean, the number 4 does represent stability, security, solid foundations, and if you feel like your foundation is, like, completely cracked and everything is falling apart, at least, again, the awareness is helping point you in a direction that, "Okay, now I can build a new foundation," even if it's brick by brick, day by day, moment by moment of choosing a better reality. Um, and looking up the spirit animal or spirit animal totem of the starfish, there may be some additional guidance in that for you as far as homework goes, or you want to dig a little deeper. I feel for some reason I want to go to this Angel Dreams Oracle. So if you've been having really weird dreams lately, I had 3 different nights. Again, this is me going on a bit of a tangent, so bear with me for a second. 3 different nights. So 3 nights ago, I had a dream that my mom, uh, it came out like I found this manila envelope with like old pictures that don't actually exist. They're not actually old pictures of me, but I was in them. But I was like living in the 70s. So it's like a teenager in the 70s in these pictures, maybe 80s in these pictures, but I was definitely not a teenager in the 80s. I was a teenager in the 90s. um, but they just gave this very specific vibe. But it came out that there was like this maternity, not a paternity, but a maternity test that determined that my mom was not my brother's mom, like biological mom, but like I know she is because in real life because she was pregnant. She brought my brother home. He looks exactly like my dad. Like, but in the dream state, things go weird. And then 2 nights ago, I had a dream that Wrigley was adopted, that I adopted Wrigley, which he's of my kids the one that looks the most like me, weirdly enough. And then last night, this is so weird. I was at a theater, like a movie theater, watching something, but I had adopted these 2 kids. One was a toddler girl, one was a baby boy. It was probably under 9 months old or so. And I knew they were Osama bin Laden's niece and nephew, but also because again, I don't know anything about what's going on in the news with this person, Erica Kirk. You probably heard the name by now. Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, his wife. Erica Kirk was their biological aunt or something, or by marriage, their aunt. Um, Again, because I see these things pop up in my news feed, like or my For You page, or the homepage on YouTube. I don't click on them, but they're there. So like that name, not Osama bin Laden. I don't think I've seen anything on that in a long time, but I digress. There's something about adoption or taking on something. Again, Osama bin Laden was maybe not known as a good person, but in the dream, his mom was there, weirdly enough, and I don't know what his mom looks like or if she's even alive, but she was his mom in the dream, and she told me everything they said about him was a lie. So again, I don't know. But when you discover the evil of this regime, this whole system of government here in the US, and just all the things that have come out, even before I was born, about the nefariousness of what they would do to their own citizens, what they would do to start wars. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe this guy wasn't a bad guy in some ways. Maybe he was in some ways, maybe not in others. Maybe he's not exactly what they portrayed him to be. I don't know. Weirdly, all of that to be said, we're going to continue for about 3 more minutes on yours because I did go off on that tangent. Don't take everything just at face value or what you've been told about yourself, about the nature of reality. There's something that's coming to light for you. And again, we've got the foundational number here, or color here, chakra, the root with red, survival, passion. But weirdly enough, when we're in survival mode, we can't be passionate about anything except surviving. And that's really where, like, if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's like this pyramid scheme of like, being able to, I've told you guys to look at it before if you want to get some additional homework, but there is this survival instinct kicking in for you right now that will, yes, eventually lead to passion, not romantic passion, but just a passion for being able to move into a higher timeline. Let's get one more. And weirdly enough, I'm hearing one more tarot card as well. So we'll do that. All right. And we have problem solving with resolution. So even if there are big blanks in your memory or your ideas of like, how do I even overcome all of this? How do I move through all of this craziness? You don't have to have all the pieces or all the answers right now, because your spirit will reveal to you As my friend Jessa says, you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. So the fact that there may be some confusion or just feeling like holes in like, I don't even know what to do next. I don't know how to get out of this energy. It's again about that surrender to the moment. Again, maybe reading the 4 agreements or just seeing nourish the shadow. This does not mean you have to let it overtake you or claim that it is who you truly are, but just again, observing it is really, and there's that 33 that seems to be following you around as well, per our text messages. Number 33 right there. Let's get one more tarot card and just see anything else. And I will scroll down to catch up on some comments here. I'm actually asking for complete detachment. Let's see. Oh, I'm doing that bare minimum. It's like whole existence is under a lease. Oh my gosh. Yes, propellers. That's the word. That's the word. Oh my gosh. It was in there, but I couldn't locate it in time. Yep. I'm actually asking for complete detachment as nothing material feels attractive anymore. I'm like, if it happens, okay. If not, then that's okay too. Yeah. And that's kind of what the 4 agreements, again, it still wants you to be able to enjoy the life that you have in this physical reality, but it doesn't put all of your happiness in the basket of, you know, how other people respond to you or how outside circumstances play out as far as your contentment and happiness and just sense of being, I guess. Yeah, it feels like the light body balancing the way the starfish are placed. Oh, yes. I put that away, but yes, you're right. Oh, yes, my dreams are crazy. And when I was flying and was in an Arab country or something, and in one, I was near ocean working with Raylene on something today. I was still sleeping while Kay and S were in kitchen waiting for food. Oh my gosh. I have been there most of my life. I am living one breath at a time. I don't want anyone to come or to go anywhere. Yet my cousin is coming to visit us on the 21st. Oh my gosh, annoying. It's like every time. But look, it's like there's going to be a ray of hope. And I'm seeing between now and the 12th of January. I know that's still quite a stretch away, but between now and then, there's going to be this like something the spirit is offering you that you can cling to almost as like this life raft or this, okay, I know everything's going to be okay. I'm going to just detach from certain things going on. And just surrender to the fact that I know things are improving. And then you have on the back of the deck the 6 of Wands, V for victory. And I know that sounds so foreign right now, but that 6 of Wands comes after that hard battle of the chaos and the conflict of that 5 of Wands. But that's what's coming between now and January 12th for you. And my ear is just itchy everywhere. It's mostly my hair, I think. I just need to get it off my face. All right. So hopefully that resonated, at least gave you some clarity as to what's going on. You're not broken. You didn't do anything wrong. You're right on time is what I keep hearing. And things will improve. They will improve. Let's get one more real quick. Clarifying life situations. This is good for little words of affirmation or just like a pick-me-up. Magic opportunity. Embrace the unexpected. Seize the chance for transformation. Awesome. All right. I did go off on quite a tangent, so I wanted to make that up to you time-wise. So there we are. So Jessa is next, I believe. Oops, I keep pasting my pinned comment information about SuperChat and all that. I keep meaning to paste the donation list, but Solar Siren and then KDR. So I'm just going to copy that and paste. That'll help me remember what's up. Okay. So Jessa, aka Solar Siren. So a confirmation that I'm doing everything right. Yeah. And again, sometimes when you're going against the grain of, you know, again, when the insane are running the asylum, when you're not going with the grain of society, you're going to feel like the insane one or the one who's wrong. But no, you're right on time. You're doing everything right. You're doing your best. If you feel inspired to actually reach out to anyone or connect with people, like, of course you can follow that intuition, but it does feel right now that you're kind of almost in this like void-like state as far as different communities, different, and interestingly enough, the K2, right, in your chart, is going over, well, it was, and now it's in your 12th house, I want to say, of Leo, right? In Vedic astrology, it's in your 12th house. So when K2 or the South Node transits your 12th house, you can feel disconnected from the physical reality. Weirdly enough, I know it's when for a lot of people, that 12th house represents the dream state, hospitals, jails, asylums, foreign lands, like literally beyond the veil type of lands. But what I'm getting energetically for you is with that Rahu in the sixth house, it's actually weirdly there's something going on with your chart, because normally I would say no. When K2 is transiting your 12th house, you're wanting to disconnect from the spirit world, but it almost feels the opposite for you for some reason. And I don't know why that is specifically for you, but maybe there's specific planets or something, or other transits going on with your birth planets that make this make sense. Yeah, and that's fine. Sometimes we can go through seasons of life where we just can be in our own energy, or just kind of retreat from what's not working, because for us to continue to put ourselves into something or try harder at something we already feel kind of off with or detached from, or that's not working, we can almost make it worse, it feels like. I've been there so many times, like these different communities and stuff, that I've had to just kind of Irish goodbye, just not like I'm leaving, making this big statement, but just like maybe I'll go there and I'll post something, and then I'll trickle out, and then 5 days later I'll come in and maybe not say anything at all, or like someone's comment, and then before I know it, it's been 2 years and I haven't even gone to that group, and no one's even asked about my absence or nothing. And it just felt right to like exit stage left, if that makes sense. Oh, your K2 is okay, so it's weird. It's almost like a closed circuit. Weirdly, it's like K2 return. Yeah, look up nodal return. Rahu K2 nodal return. That might give you some additional guidance and information as to why this just feels almost magnified. And if you ask me personally, I know this isn't in any literature anywhere, and in fact, it says the exact opposite, that Rahu Ketu are like the demon cut in half. But when they're demonizing something in this matrix, I'm going to actually scratch my head and look a little closer and say, maybe that's not the person who's in the wrong actually, or the planet that's in the wrong actually, or planets in this case, because it was severed. Yeah, there's a lot to be known, even just about your life purpose type stuff, with looking at your nodes. And we can't just only go in the direction of the north node, as they like to tell you. I think it's a nice balance between that south node, what you've already conquered, where you already have that experience, and then the north node that you don't have any experience at, but there's almost this obsessive energy to learn about that thing or conquer that thing or master that thing in some way. So to me, it's almost like a balancing of the two. Because if you take two parts of a whole and you separate them, when you balance them, that's easier to bring them back together than to just put all your focus and energy on one and ignore the other. If it, at least that makes sense to me. It's not written anywhere or talked about in that way anywhere else, but to me that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, it's in Cancer in the 11th house. Okay. That's fine. So you will have your nodal return after, I want to say May. No, I don't remember. Maybe it's September next year. Sometime in 2026, the nodes are going to shift again, but I'm not sure when that is. I would have to look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head. So confused to share the picture with you. Oh, let's see. Okay. Woo. All right. Is this your Vedic placement, or let's see. Yeah, I don't have like bifocals or whatever, different whatever. So my natural vision, I can still read very well up here, where my husband, he's like 2.5 years older than me, and he has to hold something out here to be able to see it, but I'm very nearsighted. So I can still see very detailed right up on my nose, thankfully. But when I have my glasses, it's correcting my vision for distance. And I used to be able to still hold it where I want to hold it, but now I'm like, but with my natural vision, I'm good to go. It's still annoying though when I wear contacts, and I think they make contacts that have kind of like a bifocal or like different vision. Yeah. So, okay, your ascendant would be in Virgo. So let's find the nodes. 5. So fifth house. Okay. Yeah. So fifth house and 12th, sorry, 11th house. Fifth and 11th house axes with K2 in Cancer. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. But the North Node is still currently transiting your 12th house. And then the North Node is transiting your 6th house. That axis somehow, oh, that's why your moon is in your 6th house. Okay. That's probably why. That's probably why. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me anyway. All right. Well, and Aquarius moon, you are like here thinking like just your thought process is so beyond this world. Dog hair smudges all sorts of stuff on my glasses here. So you already are thinking way outside the box, just being incarnated here with your moon in Aquarius. That's awesome. Okay. In one of my divisional charts, my moon goes to Aquarius. It's not my Navamsha chart though. Might be my D10, which is the like the career chart. I want to say, yeah, I think it is in my career chart. So of course I'm gonna have an out of the box career, of course. Yeah, emotional. Yeah. And with the North Node there, I natally, like in my birth chart, have Rahu right on my moon. So I get it. Like it's a hard thing. It's a hard knock life. But even when you experience that as a transit, it is no joke. It's really difficult to turn your mind off. And mine's in Gemini. Oh my god. Oh my god. With Neptune exactly opposite. Well, it's not quite exactly conjunct, but it's in my third house with my south node. Fun times. Yeah, a friend gave a new outlook to the moon tarot card. People bitching about you. I was like, that's interesting. It very well could be. I can see it for sure. All right. Speaking of moon cards, Jessa's birth card, one of her birth cards is the moon card. Let's get into her reading. Where am I? Going over to my email. That's what I'm going to do. So Jessa. All right. Full read today. I know Spirit has a message for me. LFG. Let's effing go. Okay. Let's effing go. Here we No, you're fine. This is totally fine. We only have 2 more donations, so it's not like I'm going to be here all night. Anyway, not night, but day. All right. For some reason, Jess, I picked this Cozy Witch Tarot. So we're going to vibe with this for your question. Message from the universe. What does Jessa need to know right now? I'm hearing breakthrough. Oh, that's good. It's good energy already coming in. And I just heard breach, but what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like not the 21 Pilots Breach album, but like a whale breaching the surface of the ocean. Oh, funny. And then we have the ocean in the background. Blue 10 of Cups. Okay, but sometimes it really is all rainbows and smiles. So like things are looking up. Like when whales breach the surface, to me, it's giving joy. It's giving happiness. But let's just see, and of course, maybe to breathe, take a breath. But let's just see why do whales breach the surface? Let's just Yandex it. I ain't googling shit. Sorry for my language. All right. Why do whales breach the surface of the ocean? But that can be implied. Okay. Okay. Cetacean surfing behavior is a grouping of movement types that cetaceans or whales make at the water surface in addition to breathing. So it's something they do kind of for fun. So why do whales breach? Breaching is known as a common surfacing behavior for most cetacean species, where whales and dolphins leap parts of their entire body out of the water. Let's get some additional guidance because this feels very relevant. But I pictured more of like the humpback whale, like that very gray looking whale. Yeah, so since breaching seems to be related to society sociality. God, I cannot read. Sociality. Some species display a more frequent breaching rate than others, especially when pods or schools tend to be larger. A higher percentage of this behavior can be detected. For example, humpback whales, sperm whales, and offshore dolphin species are well known to show a higher display than others. Nevertheless, precise reasons for this behavior are not more than presumptions yet. Here we go over possible reasons that help us answer that. Okay, well, tell me, what are they? Use our bodies as a communicative tool whilst hitting the water surface of a massive splash produced, and even more sound will start to travel. Okay, so it's like a form of communication as well. Interesting. Whales may announce availability of food or just simply their own presence to others, but it has also been considered to be used by whales, dolphins to send out warning signals. Warning, warning. Okay. Second assumption can be found is infestation by parasites on the outer skin layer, especially whale lice. So it's almost like getting fleas off your back or just anything that's like hooking into you, parasites, energy vampires, just to like get them off your back. So we already have some of that energy coming through. Oh, I forgot to set the timer. Let's do that. Just to keep me on track today as much as we can. But yeah, things are looking up, especially with emotional bonds and connections. Really looking up. Anything else Jessa needs to know? There could even be like, again, a job breaching the surface and surfacing itself into your life. Okay, swords energy, 9 of swords, 7 of swords. Are your actions really as selfless as you think? She's about to. We were just kind of talking about like parasites, but it's like something energetically speaking doesn't need to be like annihilated, because a person could easily like get a glove or a paper towel or something and just move that spider outside. It's almost like, again, in the Matrix, creating unnecessary karma, or people putting their unnecessary karma onto you. 9 of swords, we all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. Yeah, this is like the sleepless nights, insomnia, just worrying, about when is this job coming through, like what's happening. But let's get some guidance to overcome this anxiety, this, again, 5 of swords is still giving there's some interference in your, sorry, 7, not 5. Lying, cheating, stealing energy in your field. This is not you. This is not you doing this. This is being siphoned or taken from you, and you're feeling the effects of it. And then we have 10 of wands, just feeling very overwhelmed, overburdened. This is advice. So why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? Are your actions really? So it's almost like this energy here is speaking of making things harder than they need to be. And I think we've all been there. We've all done that, or, been in that energy where, things are hard. So like we just ruminate on how hard. Valid. But I see you being able to overcome this here in the next few weeks. There's this like, again, like whale breaching the surface or light shining through the clouds, to be able to get through this kind of time. Let's see what else this means. What else does this mean for Jessa? And any guidance, advice, wisdom? Ooh, just seeing with the number 4. It's about finally being recognized and highlighted. This is really giving the 6 of wands energy in the Light Seers Tarot. I mean, it doesn't look the same, but it's someone up on stage finally being recognized for their hard work, their effort, their just ability, just their light, just their beauty, just their divinity, whatever the case may be. So there is some recognition coming in that's going to create stability with that number 4. And I notice here, she's got her hands full. She's put the burden down. So this is the energy you're moving into. Itchy nose, good luck, good luck. Yeah, let's go back to the animal apothecary and see if there's any additional guidance messages. Wisdom that needs to come through for Jessa at this time. All right. Ooh, metamorphosis. And now I'm seeing in my mind's eye. So there was this meme. It was a picture of a caterpillar and a butterfly like out at a restaurant to lunch. And the caterpillar is like you've changed. And then the butterfly's like, yeah, we're supposed to. So it's like almost like you're adapting to the energy at play rather than trying to do things the same old way because, old ways won't open new doors, is what I'm hearing. So you're trying something out of the box to move you forward, but it is very rooted in spirit or a divinely inspired idea or maybe some spell, some ritual, something you're doing. And then we have surrender to receive. We were kind of getting that surrender message with Versha as well about sometimes you just need to surrender to what is. Not that you have to accept it as like the end all be all of your existence, but just accepting, okay, this is where I'm at right now. This right here, this bullshit, this whatever is where I'm at right now. And sometimes just acknowledging and observing, okay, this is where I am right now, that alone will start to make things shift. But let's just see if there's any tea leaf guidance that needs to come through for Jessa. I should have you pull my career chart soon. There you go. Yeah, the D10 chart. It's very telling. And especially if you kind of, you can do this thing where you overlay your birth chart with your D10 chart and almost make like a synastry chart, like if you would do in like a partnership, like you would overlay your chart with your partner or your boyfriend or your, whoever, friends. You can do synastry charts with just about anything. But there's a lot to be said and told about career through that D10 chart and then also overlaying over the birth chart. It's really cool. We have 10 with the temporary. Yes, you're in a temporary situation. This is not going to last forever. It's really not. It's really not. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that something is or someone is against you. Again, with this combo. And that's not just you worrying about it. It has been the case. It has been the case. And we've known this for a minute now. It's like, but let's overcome this and move forward. And then we have Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. That's your mom's energy coming in hot into your reading. Why? Why is her mom's energy coming into this reading? Is there still some energetic hook cord something that is routing Jessa's abundance away from Jessa? Table, hard work ahead. And I'm hearing, what do you bring to the table? And it's like her energy, again, this is not a conscious choice that she's made. This is just a way of being that she's been your whole life with you, that she just expects you to bring the table, cook the meal, do all the emotional labor of talking through the meal, where all she feels she has to do is show up, and that's good enough. But if you drop the ball on all the things she expects from you, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, then I guess I'm just a bad person that I expect that. Why is she coming through so clearly in your reading though? Why? Okay. And I'm not reading this directly as romance, as in your connection with Sam. I'm reading this more as your zest, your passion for life, your abundance, your blossoming, your blooming, maybe even your own personal like beauty care, self-care. All of this has always been affected because of maybe comments that your mom has said in the past, through jealousy. It wasn't even because it was true. It was because she was jealous of something you had that she didn't, that she had to point out as a flaw or a negative that is somehow right now energetically impacting this whole job situation still to this time, to this day. Let's get an additional word of guidance on how Jessa can put this energy to bed once and for all, or at least peel a significant enough layer of it off to be able to bring this career through. Guidance, advice, wisdom. I just heard give it to the ocean. She's again standing on the edge of the ocean here. Let yourself be continually surprised by this thing called life. This is usually a good surprise, or the ocean, the world, the universe surprising you with something beautiful. And then we have the Hierophant. Tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. Again, you don't have to go a traditional way in relating to her. Again, you just pulling your energy back to you was the right move and will continue to be the right move. And you'll start to see even more benefits from that. Doesn't mean that, again, she's out of your life forever, or that this career is going to evade you forever. But again, even just getting that career, the traditional ways of doing it just, again, aren't working. So there's this out of the box metamorphosis energy that's coming through to support you for a different way. And then we have Six of Pentacles. Here, this person's literally searching for change in their couch. We used to do this back in the 90s, 80s, 90s. We'd want something like down at the Conoco or to Pomida, we would just search all over for all the loose change, and then we'd have enough to buy whatever little treat or snack or, video, usually not something as big as a video game, but like maybe we had, $38 and we needed 40. So we're just searching for loose change all over in the couch. And we always found it. That's the thing. We always found the loose change to be able to make that dollar stretch, to be able to do what we needed to do. But every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. This is, that very balanced Six of Pentacles energy of all that goodness that you've put out, you will receive in return. All right. So I hope that at least gave you some guidance, or just knowing like what's still kind of keeping this whole thing from you. It's like that carrot on a stick or that worm on a hook. It's just right there. It's like, but every time you reach for it, it moves just a little bit forward, a little bit forward. And we were talking about that. Was that in Versha's reading about the magnets that just keep pushing it? Was that Marlene's reading? It was someone's reading. Sometimes they run together for me, because energetically speaking, so many of these readings could apply to any one of you, or you could get information from someone else's reading just because your attention is here right now. Or if you're watching on the replay, your attention is going into the reading, so you may get benefit from it. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. That's a message for everybody right now. You are protected. Doesn't mean you won't be affected by some of these forces, because we all will be from time to time. But you, on a grand scale, are very heavily protected. Your own spirit is acting as this spiritual shield to protect you from the brunt. Because if we were, as humans, receiving the full force effect of what they direct at us energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we would all be deceased right now. Like, it's not even funny. Funny enough, I even saw that they're putting the number 5 and then the letter G towers on water towers to program the water. We all know back in the, if you want to look at it from the times of, want to call it Tartaria, or, pre whatever this crazy system is that we're in now, where the water was actually used to heal and used, with different shapes, and used in cathedrals or cathode rolls. Cathode, it generates energy, right? And it was healing waters. It healed, and now they're radiating this water with G frequencies that are in direct opposite alignment with human life. 60 hertz. Look it up. You can look it up. So why this agenda? It's not to save space. Oh, let's just put these towers on an already existing water tower. That's not why. Because when they want money to do something, they'll find it. They always do for infrastructure. But no, there's a very nefarious reason for this. It's not ever for our benefit anymore. And under this regime, under this system, whatever, it's not for our benefit. And it hasn't been for all our whole lives, and way before we even showed up here on this incarnation, potentially other past incarnations. All right, let's get into Katie's reading, and then if we did get any other donations between now and then, of course I would honor those, but this may be the last call for that. Brianna's here. Hello, my dear. All right, so let's timestamp for Katie, 11301. Okay. Oh, she's sending money now for a real question. Awesome. Well, we'll get to you right after Katie. And I'm going to timestamp that right now. Well, I did timestamp it. I'm going to get my timer ready. I'm not starting it yet, but I want to read Katie's question. She sent this for Wednesday's live stream that didn't happen because of the flickering power and high winds and all that. And I didn't even fill you guys in really on all of that. Maybe I will when we're done. But yeah, let's get into Katie's reading. Hope the wind isn't too bad over there. It was, but then it wasn't. And then today we were supposed to have another strong wind thing. And I'm like, I'm just not here for this. So I just put this huge protection over my state. And guess what? I'm not saying I caused it, but like where was the wind? I saw no wind today, not in the night. It was supposed to go from like 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. I woke up at about 6:30, no wind. Took the kids to school, no wind. Did a bunch of stuff in my house, no wind. Started my live stream, no wind. Not even a breeze. I'm like, whoa, okay. I guess there's no wind advisory then, which I will take it because it did hurt our roof. And yes, I already timestamped for you, Katie. I apologize. I'll just show you. Not our roof, our fence. Why did I say roof? Our roof is fine. But we were not taking any chances on Tuesday at 4:40 p.m. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me go back to my camera view. So my husband was barely able to walk. He was not feeling well. Boston was not feeling well either, but on the mend. But they ratchet strapped in 3 different places our trampoline to the fence because we were not having a repeat of me flying through the air like a witch, holding my trampoline that we did on July 24th of 2024. That was crazy. Let's see. So I did take a before picture. I mean, our fence is here in the foreground, but I was actually more taking it of the neighbors, like, oh, I wonder if it's finally coming down. He's been having this fence like this for years, and it hasn't come down yet. Our fence has come down probably 3 different times in 3 different places, and his still hasn't come down. And his is older than ours, but it's, I don't know. But yes, we did have some damage with that wind. This plank panel, whatever it is, came completely out and was laying out on the path. But Ryan, again, not feeling well. Pomaida, I know, right? Ryan, again, not feeling well, went out and when they built this fence, they nailed all those boards in. This time he used screws, so they're not going anywhere for a hot minute. They're good to go. Thank goodness. Oh, and as you can tell, neighbor's fence still standing. I don't even think it moved at all. Weird. Anything else I need to update you on? Oh, Wrigley wanted everyone to know that he found a 6-7 in his ice cream the other night at China Buffet. If you can't see it, there it is. And it looks very purple because they have these like LED, like, I don't know, colored lights above some of the tables. So that's why it's white ice cream, but it looks very bluish purple. 6-7. Oh my God, the kids. And then here's his elf bookmark from school that his teacher made. It's cute. Oh, and then I made this earlier. And then I'm going to re-timestamp for Katie. That's what I'm going to do because I'm 3 minutes into her timestamp, over 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes into her timestamp. And I just went off on tangents. So let me, and I want to, after the holidays and probably right into the new year, get my hair cut. And this was what I was thinking, that length. From when I first started my YouTube channel. That right there is when I feel best about my hair and most confident about the way I style it. And even if I want to put it up, it doesn't look like completely just so much hair. I can't even handle it because this is a lot. It's just a lot to handle. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it looks okay, but for me to have the heaviness of it on my head, and it's just too much. It's just too much. This is my happy place right there. A little beyond shoulder length, nice layers, fun little flower bow thing. I don't know. I was going to show you guys this. Little 4-year-old me, and Wrigley, I think, is 9 at the time of this picture. But I just kind of did a side-by-side of the two of us to let you guys know that, yes, we do look alike. And of course, the blurry one with red hair is me when I was 4. And Wrigley. So, yes, we do look alike. That's a given. Very funny. Anyway, let's see. There was something else I was going to show you guys to catch you up on everything that's been going on around here. I think I'm caught up. Oh, lettuce. It's been so warm here, and so I harvested the last of my lettuce probably mid-July, early to mid-July, right after the 4th probably. week or two after the 4th, and it got so warm for so long around here that whatever lettuce seeds were dormant from July just started sprouting. Those are lettuce. This one over here, these couple over here are weeds. That's lettuce. That's lettuce. So apparently, the Montana weather is bipolar enough that it's now like spring is sprung. Let's just start getting this lettuce going again. What I might do is actually bring that in and see if it'll grow in my kitchen window. Because why let that little sprout go to waste? Might as well try to grow it. Anywho, re-timestamping 1/19/29 for Katie, and we're gonna get into it for Katie right now. I'm just gonna quit going off on tangents. If you're just tuning into this timestamp, Katie, I timestamped you about 6 minutes ago, and then talk. That's what I do apparently. So hi, Amanda. I hope the wind isn't too bad over there. That's what it was. I started reading your question and then I went off on a wind tangent. So today it wasn't. Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day that was, it was decently bad. But nothing we couldn't come back from. So that was good. Would like a message from Stacy, please. I made her a cute hand-drawn Christmas card and some sweets. My kiddo delivered them today. I hope she likes them. Oh, that was so sweet and thoughtful of you. All right, well, let's get a message from Stacy. We'll start our timer so that I can try to keep myself on some semblance of track. It never happens, but well, and my husband needs to run down south to Hamilton, so he will be back in town later for work. So yes, that was the text I just got. All right. Here we go. Anything else? Not anything else. Anything that Stacy would like Katie to know right now? Anything at all? Anything at all? Message from Stacy to Katie. Here we go. And we have 5 of Swords. You can't be right all the time. And it's interesting because again, this feels like her energy being directed at, there are like 3 people in her life that she's just struggling to connect with. Not so much that she's cut them out of her life or anything, but it's more like, do I want to continue these connections? This is weirdly not your energy that's here. I don't sense that this is your energy at all, but she wants you to know that she's kind of going through a reconstruction. And this has kind of been where she's at for a minute now. But it feels to me like she's almost reassessing or re-examining just the way she relates to people, her kids, her significant other that's not so significant anymore, friends, extended family, and the like, that she's kind of almost, again, going through this recalibration process to, again, it feels like in the new year, it's going to be much more, there's the Wheel of Fortune, or in this, it's called Good Luck Charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. But her fortune, just the way that she's been operating in life in this kind of 9 universal year of endings, and then the 2026 universal number 1 new beginning energy, she's really going to be feeling that, especially going into February, end of July, end of January, going into February. She's really going to be feeling like, okay, I've really assessed what's been going on with these people in my life and decided maybe this one doesn't need to have a seat at my table anymore. Maybe I will work on repairing this family relationship. And that'll kind of give her more emotional bandwidth to be able to pour into the people that mean something to her, the friends, extended family, and people that just deserve her energy. As far as her receiving this gift from you that your daughter took to school, let's see how that was received. Aw, I love it. The 3 of Pentacles. It says, what's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work. So she was very touched by that gift. And then we have the Chariot. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. So this just reminds her that, wow, I do have goodness in my life and good people in my life. And, just you extending that little, hey, I'm thinking of you during the holidays. That was huge. It was really huge for her to realize that I can move in a direction of people who feel more, this is like the mentor or collaborative card, mentor, mentee, collaboration, working together, teamwork, making the dream work, all that stuff. That you just give her these subtle and maybe not so subtle reminders that she deserves to have people who are in her corner and that, she's in their corner. And she felt that was very thoughtful. And there may be some sort of note and little gift that's going to be brought through the other way from her daughter or kid to you. So let's through your daughter back to you. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Anything else Stacy would like Katie to know at this time? And we have here 6 of Cups. Give yourself the compassion you were never given. Yeah, again, that's about that reciprocal, very balanced energy with the 6, the 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I know the 6 of Pentacles is more that card of balance or, retribution being paid back, but the 6 of Cups is about nostalgia or childhood, reconnection, or kind of making people feel like a kid again in a good way. And then we have the 3 of Cups. I love this. That is like the soulmate card, soulmate, like soul sister group friend card. Come together with your coven. Yeah, celebrate or just, find a reason to come together and call it a celebration. So this is something that she wants to do, is to be able to get together. And it's funny, you have 3 on one side, 3 on the other. Look at this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You have that 6 I was talking about, the 3 on one side, 3 on the other, the 3 of Cups, and then the 3 of Pentacles. And this is all about coming together and then balancing the energy. And especially because there has been a bit of distance between you, just, life being the way it is and people being busy and, her overcoming these personal challenges that feel like mountains rather than molehills. She does, in this coming new year, want to make more time for the people who make her feel good and special. And she will want to make those people in her life feel good and special as well. But let's just see any closing statements, any additional guidance, wisdom, message from Stacy to Katie. We have the Page of Wands. Just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it'll be effortless. And again, just because she wants this connection with you and friendship with you to, grow and blossom and bloom, doesn't mean that it won't be difficult for her to start putting herself out there again and connecting, especially as she's kind of gone through the paces with some of these people in her personal life that she thought would always be her ride or die or have her back, that kind of let the ball fall, or, she let the ball down because these people were not treating her respectfully. So again, it may be kind of a learning curve, or her just kind of getting back on that horse to relate to people, connect with people that, she knows in her heart are good people, but it's more her overcoming her own shyness or her own trying to hold herself back because, well, what if this person also acts like this other person I just said, hit the road? They start acting, not that she thinks you're going to act that way or other people in her life are going to act that way, but, once bitten, twice shy is kind of the energy coming forward. But she will be able to work through that with that Page of Wands. She absolutely will. It'll be a very fleeting, oh, can I even make this work? It'll be fleeting because she'll realize, actually, yeah, I can. And I do deserve good people in my life. And if I don't take a chance, I'll never have that. So I'm going to take a chance. So you will most likely be hearing from her either through way of your daughter or some little gift or card or thank you or something coming your way. But anything else at all? Yeah, 10 of Swords. And this is, again, just her overcoming all of this that she's been going through. Hurt people, and hurt witches. Again, she doesn't want to be projecting this hurt, this pain, this trauma, for lack of a better word, that she's been going through onto you or other people that she considers like acquaintances that she wants to become deeper friends with. She just wants to feel like she's in a good place to be able to jump off and kind of restart or revive these connections in her life. And you would also obviously be one of those connections. All right. So I hope that resonated for you, Katie. Thanks again for your donation. And let's go to Brianna. We have a full read for Brianna. Full read. What is the energy surrounding my women group and my virtual studio? I've been building this momentum for so long. Once again, I am charged up. All right. I love it. Okay. Let's see. I'm already feeling there may be a bit of interference, but this is almost like the interference is so well beneath you energetically, vibrationally speaking, Brianna, that it's only a tiny blip on the radar. So let's just see what this is specifically that I'm feeling. Again, it's most likely just like what I see in my mind's eye is you taking a broom and a dustpan, being able to sweep up this little what's the word? Just something that what's the word? It's right there, but I can't grab it. Inconvenience. It's just this minor inconvenience. It feels as easy for you to energetically clean this up as getting out a broom and dustpan, sweeping it up, discarding it. That's how easy this feels to remove. And interestingly enough, this feels like this is coming energetically in through one of the women in this group. Energy of this women's group. So you may feel someone's energy is a bit off. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person or they don't belong in the group. It just could be like hijack, hitchhikers, as I call them, not hijack. They hijack the energy field or like try to hitchhike on the energy field to siphon from. So you'll be able to, Brianna, sense this or feel this before it becomes any kind of big issue at all. Again, very easy to just energetically sweep this off and go on your way. Yeah, because you're very tuned in. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. But this High Priestess card means you're just on that other level and you've been operating on that other level. It's not just surface level. It's not even just 3D, even the deepness that you can get into in these 3D connections or relationships. This feels very much astronomically like out of the realm of just 3D connection. It's almost like there's this sense of magic that's being created in this group and even your virtual online space as well. But it does have a lot of protection of spirit because literally so much of the energy you're operating in this space doesn't exist at all within the matrix. It's out of the confines of the matrix. So of course the matrix can't touch it even if it wanted to. Itchy nose, good luck. You've got that vibration locked down. So take a chance. Each morning is a new beginning. And there may even be some, especially on the online space, the virtual studio, that feels like there may be like theme nights or theme days, or maybe you have, I don't know, like a 30-day challenge or something like this. It feels very fun and there's always something different, something exciting, something fresh that you're offering, that it's never the same thing twice. And then the Two of Pentacles, when life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. And your virtual space really does feel, again, at the itchy nose, an itchy eye, itch, itch, itch. Your virtual space does feel like this ground center shield place. Serenity and, oh, secretly a Selkie. Oh, yes, like shapeshifter, but like in a divine way. This is not, bad shapeshifter in the matrix shapeshifter. This is like outside the matrix. I am divinity wrapped in this human body. And you're embodying this almost Selkie or shapeshifter, again, in a good way, energy with this women's group and in this virtual studio as well. That people, even if they can't put it into words, they can pick up on it and they love it. They love that energy because it is such a breath of fresh air from just all the craziness going on out in the world right now. Yes, alchemy. I love it. Anything else Brianna needs to know? She is fired up about this, charged up about all of this. We have justice. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out fine. And again, this is about speaking your authentic truth, your authentic message. This isn't about, not about watering it down or making it palatable, because the women in this group can handle what it is that you have to give them. And even if they're not quite there, able to completely accept it, I do see that they're all open-minded enough that it's at least planting seeds for them to finally realize it. Maybe even 5-6 months down the road, they're like, oh, that's what you meant when you were talking about that. Like, it kind of went over my head at the time, but like, oh my gosh, that's so magical. That's so divine. And there's a lot of loyalty here with this little puppy, a lot of loyalty within this group. Let's just see if there's anything to be aware of that, again, kind of that energy that you're dusting up or, sweeping up and putting in the dustpan. Anything to be aware about that? Or was this just like a little blip on the radar? Yeah, it's, again, nothing can touch this. Nothing can touch it. They can try, but it's almost like, oh, isn't that cute? There's no way you can touch this, Matrix. No thanks. Yeah, and it says, have faith that healing is in the forecast. And there is a lot of healing that goes on just in, I'm seeing like almost these like stars being formed, or like a pentagram being formed with these energies. So I don't know if there's literally 5 people involved. It could be more than that. It could be less. It doesn't have to be 5. But it's almost like these pentagrams are being formed to complete the circuit. I'm seeing like a completed circuit Just bringing all of this divine feminine energy together, even if everyone in the group isn't fully awakened, or none of that really matters. It's the divinity within each of you that come together, that like close loop this circuit to like almost literally lift you guys right up on out of the matrix. And of your 5 cards here, five pentacle, 5 cards. Of the 5 cards, look at this. 4 out of the 5 are major arcana. So this is not small potatoes. This is not just, oh yeah, that one fun thing I do. Like, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Yeah, you have the Fool, the Star, the High Priestess, and Justice. These are all really, really great cards in the major arcana. And you're a 5. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. But yeah, it's about balancing the divinity with the humanity, and, not being so high above everyone. I mean, vibrationally, you may be, but it's not like you're coming at it from this, I'm the queen and you all must bow down to me. That is not at all the vibe you're putting off. In fact, you're just putting out this vibe of, I've reached these heights, not like from a bragging standpoint, but just your energy speaks for itself. I've reached these heights, and that means each and every one of, I have chills. Each and every one of you ladies can too. Like, you're showing them a map or a blueprint into how to almost do this for themselves, that they don't need to rely or lean on some guru or, some group. It's great to have the support, but it's not like necessary for, them to thrive and shine and do all these things. They would always have reached it on their own, but to have this collective, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, okay, now I feel safe enough to start shining, is what you're giving these women. And it's literally such a gift. I'm breaking the ice for everyone else who embrace it. Exactly. Hello, Ashula. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Hello. Through womb work, yoga, and wellness. There you go. I mean, you're literally helping them connect not only to their bodies, which is very important, but also their divinity, and bridging the gap. Again, those like pentagram energies of being able to close a circuit feel very, very needed in this world right now. So that's awesome. Katie, hello, Katie. I do have a timestamp for you. It's 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 29 seconds. So that was literally the reading right before the one I just did. If you want to check that out. But I can always timestamp that when we're done. Brianna says, absolutely. Yeah, amazing. I love it. Yeah, you're just, you're out here doing the work and lighting fires where there's already a spark. You're lighting these fires and showing them that it's safe to shine. And, you look around out in the world, it doesn't feel very safe to do a damn thing out there right now, but it is safe to shine in ways that where maybe before we'd have been burned at stakes and, called heretics and all the craziness that this patriarchal system has done to keep the divine feminine under lock and key or just very suppressed. You can't put Pandora back in the box at this point. We've reached a point of no return for the divine feminine to rise, that no amount of anything, even the divine feminine or the feminine, wounded feminine herself, can't keep herself in this box. She's rising no matter what. If she's connected to spirit. If she's not connected to spirit, she's crumbling with the old systems. That's just how it is. So we rise or we crumble. There's no in between anymore. And that's what's needed here, because this in between is literal like torture for most divine feminines. It's very difficult to navigate a world that was not set up for us. The original blueprint was divinely set up for us, but the tightrope most of us have been walking was not made for us in this way. We were not meant to use our energy to fuel this dying death cult of a system. We're meant to rise, and we will, and we are. I love it. But as we rise, that also inspires the masculine, the divine masculine, to also rise and be this protection of this divine feminine energy, to allow that divine feminine energy to amplify so much in this crazy matrix that it literally dissolves the crazy matrix. So it's happening. Look out there. Look at all the chaos right now. You think, oh, they're doing all these things. Yes, they are doing all these things, but it's because they are desperate. They know they can't they can't rise. They can't do this. They can't level up. So they have to level out whether they want to or not. And they don't want to. So of course they're creating all this chaos and throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. But their chaos can only last so long because the divine feminine, as she rises, she reclaims what was once hers. Same with Mother Nature. They want to mess and manipulate the weather the way they've been doing. Mother Nature will come in and still reclaim what was hers, even if it was orchestrated through manipulation. She will find a way. She will, and she does, and she did. I love it. All right. Well, I think we have reached the end of our live stream donations today. So I'm going to leave it at that. Go rest my throat for a bit. It's feeling pretty good. Could be better, but it could be worse. I might even make some tea. I think I'm going to make some tea, make some lunch, all the things. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hate that. Weekend, it feels weekend. Have a wonderful rest of your time until we meet again. And of course, beyond that, because I always want you guys to be having a great time. But I will, all things considered, I think Wednesday is going to be New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Oh my God. I just skipped over Christmas. Christmas Eve, I do believe, is Wednesday. Could be wrong. No, it's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure we're going out to my in-laws that day, but I don't know what time. If I'm home, let's just put it this way. If I'm home, we will go ahead with the live stream, but we will absolutely be going forward on Friday, at least for what I'm foreseeing with all the plans that we really don't have, but normally do have. They're just not set in stone yet, I guess. I should be here day after Christmas. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted in the community tab, just as I did with the whole weather stuff that I was going through in my location, whether we're having our live on Wednesday or not. But I really want to, I miss you guys so much. And then I just want to word vomit all the things that have been going on because I missed you guys. And yeah, so hopefully we can meet on Christmas Eve day, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. But if not, 11 a.m. Mountain Time on December 26th, which would be the Friday live stream. So hopefully one of those we can make work, and I'll see you guys. And we were going to do a cosmic question corner, I don't know how many Wednesdays ago, but we will get that going for next on our agenda, cosmic question corner. So be thinking of some cosmic questions or just things you want to know about current events, or you could even do celebrities, but I think for most of us here, we don't really care. Certain agendas they've got, all of it is just old timelines dying out. We can still tune in and see what it is that they're planning or what's going on, but I don't know. I'm kind of almost at this stage now where I just want to know what good is ahead, because there's so much craziness out there right now. It's good to tune into what awesomeness is ahead for us. But yeah, we can get some new cosmic questions rolling in on Friday or Wednesday, whichever day we go live. The next live stream. That's what we'll do. All right, you guys. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Hopefully, fingers crossed, on Christmas Eve, December 24th, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That's hopefully our next meeting. But I will keep you posted if not. All right, you guys. Peace, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, flip my pencil right onto the floor. I'm going to timestamp in the comments when I end this, Katie. So you will have your timestamp. And Versha wanted a timestamp as well. So I will update you lovely ladies with a timestamp because it's on my mind. I'm going to do it right now. All right. Bye.